Good morning. If you're finding this video on May 14th, this message might be for you. Let's go ahead and get a collective card pull. Let's see what messages we need to know today as a collective. Okay. We have the King of Pentacles, the Page of Swords in reverse, the Tower, and the Four of Swords. If we do not take the time to step away and collect our thoughts and digest certain happenings and situations, we might cause a tower moment. We have to ground ourselves into the current reality and sort of put ourselves in a stable foundational position. We might not be appreciating some kind of communication we are getting from someone on the outside of us. Someone might be a little bit harsh in their communication, and we need to be able to step away because I think a lot of us are not mentally comprehending what this person is actually saying, and we do not want to cause a tower moment here. Let's see, or we do. All right, we have the King of Swords in reverse and the Hermit in reverse. I do think that it is time to pull away communication from this person so that you guys can find some kind of insight about this situation. I don't want this to cause some kind of depression for either one of you, but I do think that it is time to step away so that you can flip this Four of Swords right side up and have some kind of lesson or some kind of good benefit from this you know, you have to get a benefit from conflict. You have to get a benefit from some kind of heartache, or you know, we have the Moon card and the Judgment card in reverse. So I do think that we are using poor judgment. I think that there is something in the shadow that's calling us to use poor judgment, and I think that it's giving us a hard time in relationships, or in yeah, it might have something to do with a coworker as well. We might be seeing our coworkers like not being generous, not being fair. So it is very interesting. Again, they're saying walk away, do not communicate right now, do not engage. I would say right now, just do not engage in any conflict at all. If you possibly can. If you can take the space to, and again, in your mind as well, whatever it is that's making you kind of have this hard time, I would take a break from it so that you can put your mind elsewhere and recognize, like, when we're so close to a problem, it looks huge. It looks like a mountain. It's ginormous. But if you take the time to step away and focus on something else, and then you look over your shoulder and you're like, oh my God, it was just a hill. It was just a little hill. It was just a mountain, or it was just a molehill that I made a mountain out of. And it's just that recognition happens after we take a step away and take a breath, so that we can refocus and kind of focus elsewhere, so that we can have a stronger and a more higher perspective on a situation. But again, Source is compelling us not to communicate or engage with this situation today. I would say focus on anything else, anything else, so that you can clear up the energy. Doing some journaling for some shadow work would really be helpful right now as well, to avoid that sort of like depression, hermit energy. We want this guy right side up. We want him to have some kind of clear insight and sort of like an empowerment in his isolation. So I would say definitely cut off communication, at least for the day, or cut off your mind stream of this thing for at least one day, and focus on something else, so that you can look back and recognize how not insignificant, but how much smaller this issue is than you think. Or you'll recognize the truth behind what this person is saying. They're not actually saying something, they're not actually saying what they're saying. They're saying something like, hey, I'm hurting, I'm spiraling out of control, I need help. Something like that. So let's go ahead and look at your inner child oracle card. We have the Release, responsibility, innocence, and fear. Some responsibilities are ours to hold, others are not. Do not be fooled in thinking a responsibility is only tangible. Many reside just within the mind. Take stock today of what your perceived responsibilities are, which ones need to go. Let's get one more here for, oh, that was too many. The promise keeper, trust, honor, and safety. When we break a promise to ourselves, we lose trust in who we are, and to lose trust in ourselves is to lose our identity. Today, make a promise to yourself and keep it. Even the smallest promise can make the biggest difference. And I think that we just need to kind of flex on ourselves and surprise ourselves today. Allow our minds to kind of take a break from this thing. I do think that a lot of us are over rubbing the scab on certain things, and it's just going to create a big scar or a big tower moment, and we don't want that, do we? So thank you so much for stopping by and watching the video. I appreciate you all very much. Have a wonderful rest of your week.